so much for your patience. Before I introduce our DMS 7th grade band and our first speaker, I'd just like to announce on behalf of our school, we've adopted a special school in West Virginia, and this school is in danger of losing its music program. So at the end, Dr. Indeglio will have a can out in the lobby. If any of you feel so inclined, you have some loose change in your pocket or something bigger, and you would like to donate to that school. We collected many, many thousands of books to send to them. Unfortunately, we don't have extra instruments to send. We have some extra musicians, I don't know. No, I tease them, I'm like, you know, there are other schools that would love to have this many trombone players. They all go, no, let us stay. But they are very, very desperately in need of some funds to save their music department. And we are so fortunate here to have such a wonderful, full, rich music program that we kind of take for granted sometimes. So, like I said, Dr. Degley will be out near the doors at the end. If you have anything you can give, that would be appreciated. I would like to proudly now turn the program over to our DMS 7th grade band. Wow, what a group. They're large, they're in charge, and they have developed and matured so much in the last 3 months. Sometimes I just can't believe it. They're just playing so well. I'm not going to talk a whole lot. We have student speakers to introduce each song and explain them to you. And I'd like to turn the mic over to Emery Chiappa, who plays the clarinet, and she'll introduce our first song. Thank you again for your patience. Emery?
Good evening to our family and friends. Welcome to the DMS 7th grade band winter concert. Wasn't our DMS 7th and 8th grade jazz band great? They really got me into the holiday spirit. Well, now we're here to impress you with some awesome band music too. Our opening song is truly spectacular. In fact, it's called Christmas Spectacular.
Has anyone seen a Yeti running around the school? My name is Brian Bixler, and my favorite song describes the famous Yeti hidden in the highest mountain range in the world, the Himalayan mountains. Hold on to your small children as we perform for you the Abominable Snowman Chase.
Hanukkah came early this year, but we couldn't have a winter concert without learning and performing a great folk song from the Jewish holiday, Hanukkah. My name is Spencer Sewell, and I've enjoyed learning the percussion parts for our next song, Hanukkah Begins Tonight.
Every year, Mrs. Hatchell chooses a challenging song for us that makes us stretch and grow as musicians. This year's challenge song is called Capricorn Moon, and it's a soundscape of the constellation Capricornus, also known as the sea goat. My name is Grace Johnson, and I play the euphonium in this song. Besides listening to me, you should also hear the flute quartet accompanied by Jocelyn Ma on the synthesizer, and our amazing drum ensemble, which includes sound from the vibraphone, bells, marimba, vibraslap, timbals, woodblock, timpani, bass, and snare drums. A special thanks to Mr. Hatchell for lighting effects.
Did you breathe during that song? I didn't. That is way too hard for 7th graders. Did you know that? And they did it. We had 4, Jocelyn, stay right there. Jocelyn was back there playing our synthesizer. We had 4 flutes playing, and someone back here you need to see, a couple someones. Elena, Cameron, and Charles. And Garrett, come on up here for a second. I didn't tell him I was going to do this. Stand right here. Come on up. The reason I'm bringing them out is because I know their parents can't see them. They're tucked way back in the corner. Elena was playing the vibes, and Charles was playing the bells, and Cameron was playing the marimba, and Garrett, where's Garrett? Garrett? There's Garrett. Garrett, come on up here, either side, I don't care. Garrett was playing the tenor drums, which is something they usually don't play until they get to high school. And I'm like, Garrett, can you try to learn this? And he did, and he really embraced it, and that was a cool part. I mean, everybody up here was working hard, and they all deserve it. But I want you to see these guys. Jocelyn, as I said, with synthesizer, and these 4 kiddos were playing the flute quartet. And they all worked a little bit extra hard to get that part, and I want to congratulate them, as well as the whole band. Whole band, stand up, please.
Hello, I'm Jack Hurley from the trumpet section, where we like to play our music spicy. Deck the Halls is a familiar and traditional holiday carol, but we're ready to spice it up with Latin percussion rhythms. What else can you do when you've got 32 drummers in your band?
Yeah, my son is a
work so hard, and then we get to the end and we go, there's only one left. It's kind of like the day after Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. It's like, oh, it's all over. I need to commend 32 young people who are in the back, and I don't know if you can see them, but there are 32 of them in about a 10 by 10 foot area, and they are changing instruments fast and furious. I'm not sure how they do it, but I'm thankful they do. I also need to thank Mrs. Brink for coming back and helping. Mrs. Brink and I were having a dance party during that last song, and we were having fun with the kids. This has been a wonderful group. I will tell you, in September, I handed out the music, and their eyes got really big, and they spent about a month telling me the music was too hard. This is too hard. Do you remember? Hanukkah was too hard. Capricorn Moon, a couple of them cried when I first handed it out. It was like, I'm like, you guys can do this. This is a very, very, very special group. Not only are they talented, but they're willing to work hard, and they get along. And we have to get along up here because we're real close to our neighbors up here. I want to thank you parents for helping them, encouraging them, whatever you have to do to get them to practice at home, because I only am one piece of the puzzle up here getting them to play. You're a large piece of the puzzle. And most of all, I thank the kids for learning to find their passion in music. I hope that's coming across in their music tonight, that they're really learning to make music, not just play notes and rhythm, and that's a really cool thing. After this next song, we will call up each section of the band. It takes about 10 minutes, but if you have a short daughter, like I had a short daughter who played drums, and another short daughter who played clarinet, and I couldn't always see my short daughters on the stage, so I always appreciated having pictures of them. And 10, 15 years from now, you'll probably appreciate them even more. I have to tell you a funny story. Charles Kasner up here came up to me the other day with his cell phone, and he pulled it out and he goes, see this? And I'm looking at it crumpled up like a piece of paper, and I'm like, Drew, what is that picture of on your phone? He goes, this is the band certificate you gave to my dad when he was in 6th grade, or 5th grade. And then he said, and here's the one from 6th grade. And I was like, your dad saved it all these years? So I'm hoping that band is a wonderful, wonderful experience for those kids while they're here at DMS, but it'll also provide some wonderful memories. And we learn a lot of things besides the music. I think the drummers have stopped moving, so I'll stop talking and turn the mic over, and you can introduce the very last song. Got it?
Would you like an encore? Let's mellow out with a little swing tune called Winter Wonderland. My name is Tawai Ambim, and on behalf of the flute section and the entire DMS 7th grade band, we wish you and your family a joyful holiday and a gift of music given from us to you. Thank you.